Hello, and welcome back to Learn English Smartly. Today, I have a powerful and heart-touching story for you. It's about a village boy named Jafan who changed his life by learning English. He lived in a small village in Nepal, had no internet, no modern school, but he had a dream. This story will inspire you, motivate you, and show you that you too can learn English and reach your goals, no matter where you come from. So, relax, put on your headphones, and listen carefully. Let's begin Jafan's journey from a small village to the world. Far away in the hills of Nepal, there is a small village called Kalapani. It is a quiet place with green trees, fresh air, and kind people. The houses are made of mud and have tin roofs. There are narrow roads and big rice fields. Every morning, birds sing. Every evening, the sun goes down behind the hills, painting the sky orange and pink. The people in Kalapani are simple. Most of them are farmers. They wake up early and work hard in the fields. The children help their parents. They carry water, look after animals, and bring wood from the forest. There is only one small school in the village. The school has very few books and no computers. In this small village lives a boy named Jafan. He is 17 years old. He has big dreams. His house is small, but his dreams are big. Jafan often looks at the sky and thinks about the world outside his village. While other boys are happy in the village, Jafan wants to see more. Jafan's father is a farmer. His mother makes and sells baskets in the local market. They do not have much money, but they love their son. Jafan studies at night using a candle because there is no good electricity. He loves English, even though he does not understand it well. English sounds special to him. It is the language of the world. But no one in Kalapani speaks English. Even the teachers know only a little. Still, Jafan does not give up. He believes one thing: if I can learn English, I can change my life. One day, a teacher from the city came to visit Kalapani school. Her name was Miss Lila. She spoke good English. She told the children, "English can open many doors for you." Jafan listened carefully. His heart felt full of hope. After school, he went to Miss Lila and asked, "How can I learn English?" She smiled and said, "Start small. Learn 5 new words every day. Read simple books. Listen to English songs. Practice speaking, even if you make mistakes." From that day, Jafan made a plan. He woke up early and read English words. He wrote them down in a notebook. He made flashcards. He listened to English on an old radio. He spoke to himself in English while walking to school. At first, it was hard. He forgot words. He made mistakes. He felt shy. But he kept going. Every day, he got a little better. Other boys laughed at him. "Why are you speaking like that?" they said. "We don't need English here." But Jafan didn't stop. He remembered Miss Lila's words, "English can open many doors." He kept learning. He kept believing. He was taking his first steps toward a better future. Jafan's path was not easy. One day, his father got sick. There was no hospital in the village. They had to walk 3 hours to the nearest town. They spent a lot of money. His father could not work for many weeks. Now, Jafan had more work to do. He helped in the field, took care of the animals, and went to school. He was tired, but every night, he still studied English. He did not stop. Sometimes he wanted to give up. He looked at his worn-out shoes and his old books. He asked himself, "Can I really do this?" But he remembered his dream. One evening, Jafan went to the village market. There he saw a group of tourists. They were lost. No one could understand them. Jafan was scared, but he walked up and said in simple English, "Can I help you?" The tourists smiled. "Yes, please." He showed them the way. They thanked him. One of them gave him a small English book as a gift. That night, Jafan felt proud. It was the first time his English helped someone. He told himself, "I will not stop. I will learn more. I will help more people. One day, I will leave this village and show the world what I can do." Time passed. Jafan kept learning. His English was getting better. He could now read short stories, understand simple English news, and speak without fear. He also helped younger students in the village learn new words. People started to respect him. One day, a big announcement came to the village school. A youth program from Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal, was offering a scholarship for students who showed hard work and interest in English. The winner would go to the city for 6 months to learn English and computer skills for free. Jafan wanted this more than anything. But only one student from each district could win. His teacher, Miss Lila, said, "Jafan, you must try. You have a chance." He filled out the form. He wrote an essay in English. He practiced speaking day and night. He recorded his voice and listened to it to improve. He didn't sleep much. He was nervous but excited. A few weeks later, a letter came to the school. It had Jafan's name on it. He had won the scholarship. His eyes filled with tears. His mother hugged him. His father, though still weak, smiled proudly. The whole village cheered for him. No one from Kalapani had ever gone to Kathmandu like this. For Jafan, it was a dream coming true. The next week, he packed his small bag. He wore his best clothes. He waved goodbye to the hills, the rice fields, and the village school. As he got on the bus, he looked back and said in English, "I will learn. I will grow. I will come back one day and help others too." Kathmandu was very different from Kalapani. There were tall buildings, loud cars, and so many people. The streets were busy, and everything moved fast. For the first time, Jafan saw big shops, traffic lights, and computers. At first, Jafan felt lost. He missed the hills, the fresh air, and the quiet of his village. He missed his family too. But he remembered why he came, to learn English and grow. The youth program gave him a room to stay, food to eat, and daily classes. There were students from many villages. Some were shy like him. Some spoke better English. But they all had one goal, to improve and succeed. Every morning, Jafan went to class. The teachers were kind and helpful. They taught grammar, speaking, listening, and writing. There were group talks, games, and even movies in English. It was fun and new. At first, Jafan found it hard. But slowly he started to enjoy. He asked questions. He made friends. He spoke more in English, even if he made mistakes. In the evenings, he went to the library. He read storybooks, watched videos, and wrote in his journal. He wrote about his day, his thoughts, and his dreams. One day, his teacher said, "Jafan, your English is improving very well. Keep going." Those words gave him strength. He felt more confident. He started to believe something new. "I don't just want to speak English. I want to use English to change my life and help others." He was no longer just a boy from a village. He was becoming a young man with a big future. Months passed. Jafan's English got better every day. He could now talk to people, read books, and even understand simple English movies. His teachers were happy. His friends were surprised. But Jafan wanted more. One day, a guest speaker came to the youth program. She was a woman from Nepal who had studied in London. She now worked with an international company. She said, "English gave me wings. It took me around the world." Jafan listened with wide eyes. That night, he couldn't sleep. A new dream started to grow in his heart. He didn't just want to speak English. He wanted to go abroad. He wanted to study in a foreign country and help his village. He looked up scholarships on the center's computer. He found one for students from villages. It was hard to get. Many people would apply, but he decided to try. For the next few weeks, he worked harder than ever. He wrote his story, filled out forms, and asked his teacher for help. He practiced English speaking, reading, and writing every day. Sometimes he was scared. What if I'm not good enough, he thought. But then he remembered the boy who helped tourists. He remembered the candlelight nights. He remembered his father's smile. I have come so far, he told himself. I must try. 1 month later, he got an email. He was selected for the final round. He jumped with joy. Jafan was not just learning English now. He was using English to chase his biggest dream. Jafan was very excited after getting the email. He was now one of the final candidates for the scholarship. But there was one more step, the interview. It would be in Kathmandu, the capital city. Jafan had never left his village before. The big city made him a little nervous. He packed a small bag with his cleanest clothes, his English notebook, and the special book the tourist had given him. His parents gave him some saved money and many blessings. The journey to Kathmandu was long. The bus moved slowly through the hills. Jafan looked out the window and thought about how far he had come, from learning 5 words a day to now attending a real English interview. The next morning, he walked into a big building. He saw other students from cities. They wore nice clothes and spoke English easily. Jafan felt shy. They are better than me, he thought. But then he remembered. He had worked hard. He had helped tourists. He had studied under a candle. He deserved to be here. When it was his turn, he walked into the room. 3 people sat at a table. One of them smiled and asked, "Can you tell us about yourself?" Jafan took a deep breath and began. "My name is Jafan. I am from a small village called Kalapani. In my village, there are no computers and we study under candlelight. But I love English. I want to use English to help my village and study more. I want to grow and help others grow." He made some mistakes. He forgot a word. But he smiled and tried again. He spoke from the heart. When he finished, one of the interviewers said, "Thank you, Jafan. You are very brave." He walked out of the room feeling light. He didn't know if he would win, but he was proud. He had faced the biggest challenge and had done his best. That night, Jafan looked at the stars from the city rooftop. He whispered to himself, "Whatever happens next, I will never stop learning." Because now, Jafan believed in himself. 2 weeks after the interview, Jafan was back in Kalapani. Life was as usual, goats in the field, children playing, and birds singing in the morning. But Jafan's heart beat fast every day, waiting for the result. Then one morning, while he was helping his mother carry water, the school headmaster came running. "Jafan, a letter has come for you from Kathmandu." With shaking hands, Jafan opened the envelope. Inside, there was a letter with big, bold words. "Congratulations. You have been selected." He had received the scholarship. Tears came to his eyes. His parents hugged him tightly. The whole village came to know. Everyone was proud of him. The boy who studied under candlelight, the boy who once didn't know any English, was now going to study in the city. The night before leaving, Jafan sat outside his house and looked at the stars one more time. He whispered, "Thank you, my village. You gave me dreams. Now I will turn them into truth." In Kathmandu, everything was new, the traffic, the big buildings, the fast life. But Jafan didn't feel small anymore. He had worked hard to reach here. And he knew this was just the beginning. He made new friends. He spoke in English more and more. He read big books. He asked questions. Sometimes he made mistakes, but he kept trying. Years passed. One day, Jafan stood on a big stage at a global youth event. He was now a speaker talking about how English changed his life. He spoke in clear, confident English. "My name is Jafan," he said. "I come from a small village in Nepal. I learned English without internet, without power, and without a teacher. But I had one thing, a dream. And that dream brought me here.
People clapped.
Some stood. Some even cried. Jafan smiled, because he knew the journey from Kalapani to the world had just begun. Moral of the story: success does not come from where you are born.
It comes from how hard you try.
Jafan didn't have internet, money, or a big school, but he had a dream. He learned English step by step, and it changed his life. If he can do it, so can you. Start small, stay strong, and never stop believing in yourself.